All right, Jeff Darlington covering the Chiefs for us all week long here in Las Vegas. Dynasty, gatekeepers, the comparisons keep going on between these current Chiefs and the early 2000s Patriots. So, Jeff, what do the players on the Chiefs side say about that?
Laura, there has been plenty of talk about the idea of being a dynasty, and part of that is going back to back. That's something that no team has accomplished since the Patriots did it in 2003 and 2004. Now, that's when the Patriots essentially became that dynasty. So the Chiefs know that if they do win this game, it sort of puts them in that same space. That has definitely been a topic of conversation this week, something that Travis Kelce, I thought, summed up quite nicely.
I think there's a certain mentality you got to bring every single year, and I would never compare I would never compare this team to that like organization, that dynasty, and everything, because I think we got something completely different here.
I think you become a dynasty one game at a time. You know, I think this is a big opportunity for us to really cement that. Going back to back as an exclusive club, where we take care of business, I think that we can firmly plant ourselves in that legacy of calling ourselves a dynasty.
I think if you make that your focus, you're probably going to have a problem and get knocked off whatever pedestal people think you're on.
Yeah, I kind of love how Andy Reid sort of sounded like Bill Belichick there, really tamping down the idea of becoming a dynasty. So the one thing that I would say, though, listening to players around here, is there is much more talk about the idea of going back to back. Something that Travis Kelce said today is that he and Patrick Mahomes have talked about the idea of going back to back since they won their first Super Bowl. He believes that that is ultimately the type of accomplishment that sets you apart from different Super Bowl winners. And as I mentioned, the last team to do that was the Patriots. So you can kind of see where all of this goes. No, the Chiefs are not necessarily focused on it, but certainly the idea of going back-to-back is a major accomplishment, one that this team is looking to accomplish themselves.
Yeah, Jeff, I mean, there's no denying how special this group has been already in such a short period of time and what they could potentially accomplish. Damian, you were on some of those early 2000s Patriots teams. What would you say about how the Chiefs are doing this differently than those teams that you were a part of?
Yeah, listen, those early Patriots teams that won the Super Bowl, we were primarily led by defense. I know everyone wants to talk about Tom Brady, but Tom Brady wasn't Tom Brady at that point in time. We had a bunch of dogs on the defensive side that really carried us initially in that dynasty, whereas Patrick Mahomes and company, Patrick Mahomes, his first year starting, threw for over 5,000 yards and 50 touchdowns. Like, that's what was going on with the Kansas City Chiefs right out of the gate. And for them to go to, 6 straight AFC championship games, this will be, 4 Super Bowls in 5 years, 4 Super Bowls in 5 years, with the opportunity to win 3 in 5, that, for me, if they win this one, they are officially a dynasty, because I don't throw that word around lightly, being part of one, but when you're able to do what they're capable of doing and have the opportunity to do this Sunday, yes, they would be officially be a dynasty, in my opinion.
Yeah, D. Wood, this version of the Chiefs is the early version of the Patriots in many ways. And Brett Veach, their general manager, gets lauded often for just the Patrick Mahomes pick. The reason why they've remained a dynasty or in the middle of one is defensively since 2019, they've drafted absolutely spectacular 6 starters. L'Jarius Sneed, Willie Gay, Nick Bolton, Karlaftis, McDuffie, Mike Dana, and then 3 guys that are really good reserves, Leo Chenal and Josh Williams and Jalen Watson. Those are 9 guys that have been drafted since 2019 that are massive parts of this defense that in reality has carried the Chiefs to the Super Bowl this year. So while certainly you get credit for Patrick, the defensive drafts have been nails.